Here it's 10. Here when it's 15, it's the warmest. Send some sun.
Where you are, Ursula, in London, or?
Yeah, I'm in London. I came back yesterday night.
Okay. So, so as we are few people, I don't know how we can proceed. Maybe we will wait a little bit more, or because Andrea is also stuck in car traffic
Where does he live?
in Brussels.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know, because the today's session is quite important.
Yeah, who RSVP'd? Who confirmed?
Well, let's have a look. So pages. Because actually people are not confirming on Google Plus. Not lately, not really. So
Is Fausto coming? Oh no, he said he was. No, was it him?
I think he's in Scotland. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually, in Google Plus, we confirmed you and me.
I always confirm. I don't know why. Maybe because
No,
it's so easy. You get the email. You just have to click.
Yeah, I think it's important to confirm. Maybe, yeah, with the next email, we will insist in the importance to confirm, because.
On a side note, today, do you know the place I live? I think it's called that company that produces open data about. Oh, Martin, you may know them. They are based in, where are they based? Ukraine? No, Lithuania. But they produce all the maps about data's emails reach my notification tab. The data's about indicators, and their mission is to provide basically anyone with information about neighborhoods. So there are things like livability, crime, transport, all this stuff. And it sent, I subscribed to the newsletter, and they sent a really nice, I really liked their tone, because obviously they want you to, get feedback and be engaging and participate. But the way they said that was really interesting. Well, not interesting, but just very nice, polite, but also kind of trying to get you to be a bit more active. They were saying, actually, we're doing this for you. And I thought about us, because they were saying, we're doing it for you, so we can. There is so much we can think for you, for yourself. But it would be great if you told us, if you spot anything that strikes you, or if you would like to see something. It was really nice, and I thought, good way of trying to, remind people that you're doing it for them. So if they don't speak up, they might not get what they want.
Yeah.
Do you think that works? I think it works as a foundation. You can, and then depends what you do with the data. Obviously, they have all these infographics and then very appealing way of output the information itself. But I think in principle I liked the idea. It then depends what you do with them.
That reminds me that what we need as well is someone who take care a lot about our newsletter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now it's just a big compilation of new information, updates, and it's not really attractive.
Would be nice to use, since we're using MailChimp, to create a template, a nice one, like a picture. It doesn't have to be complicated, just a picture and a formatting that looks a bit less like a text and a bit more like a flyer-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, with that, my doubt is about mobile devices.
MailChimp is optimized for tablet, mobile. You can actually preview it as well. So, I mean, in general, it does it optimizes it automatically, but you can also preview how it looks like on the different devices. It's really well done. I'm not sure if you have to have a premium account, though, but I suspect you can do it with a free account as well. Because I remember that the paying one was more for volumes, like according to how many people you had in your lists.
We had for 50 seconds Nando with us, but he disappeared from the blink.
Oh yeah.
So Ursula, I suggest that what we can do is maybe you can explain what you did with Urbanistas London, and after just to get people updated, because the video will be recorded. So, and after that we can discuss a little bit about our legal form, and you can share with us your what you received as an advice from Urbanistas London in terms of legal form. Yeah.
Okay. So, we're live, right?
Yeah, we are live.
Yes, so last Wednesday I presented CivicWise at Urbanistas. Urbanistas is a women network that tries to basically leverage on collaboration and participation for anyone that has a project. And the interesting part is that it's kind of similar to CivicWise in the sense that it promotes better, like rethinking better urban spaces. So there are loads of people that work in, I mean, it's not professionally based, so it doesn't matter, you don't have to be an urban designer or a planner to join, but there is a bit that common ground, either it's professional or interest in something urban, and hence the name Urbanistas. Yes, so once a month they do events, and there are members who wanted to present a project or an idea, and then there is an open discussion. And if you have some specific, it can be just a very general discussion, or if you have specific questions, those are normally the ones that create better results, because you actually you can share the knowledge or experience. And in particular, because with Domenico we were discussing about the next step in terms of finding the legal form for CivicWise, I open it to discussion. If anyone had experience according to the presentation and our mission and how we were trying to operate in the future. and quite unanimously they suggested the so it's called company limited by guarantee, which is basically, so, and then I did some further research in the last days. So basically, before, like 10 years ago, there wasn't anything that was tackling social enterprise as a legal form. So the government, we're talking about the UK, they felt that there was the need for something which is a bit in between a traditional for-profit company and a charity. So they created this corporate company limited by guarantee. There are two forms actually: company limited by guarantee and a company limited by shares. They both apply for social enterprises. The difference is that the one with the shares, limited by shares, means you have shares and shareholders, so you can also distribute profits, and then the other one, the one limited by guarantee, is usually mainly addressing non-for-profit. So they can be organizations, company itself. The interesting part of that is it's limited, so the members are not personally liable, which is good, because then you separate our own
Life.
life from whatever happens with CivicWise. Not necessarily thinking about anything bad, but it's good to separate the two. And then they were also saying that it's really good because it's very lean. So I did some research, and they were saying that you do have to have so the main work that has to be produced at the beginning is basically a set of articles, but it's nothing too complicated. It's also very cheap. I was looking at one document. I don't know whether the source is very reliable, but it was something around £30–40, and then once a year you do have to submit a like a report. No, how's it called, the tax declare, and I think it's around, if you do it online, £20. So it's really cheap to do. It allows to employ people. So if someone, it has to have directors, or I mean the terminology can vary, but someone who basically looks after the actual company. So whether you call them directors, management, board, advisors, whatever you call them, they're basically taking care of running the show. Other than that, the good thing is that it really stresses the mission as being a sociable one. So I think that's also when we were discussing with Domenico about trying to find a thing that was already by default a non-for-profit, especially for the global one, would be good. Then what they were saying is that, so this is like the basic, and then on top of that you can add the so-called CIC, which is the, hold on, I don't want to say the wrong name. It's called, right now I close the document. No, there we go. The community interest company, which is a status that basically says that most of your profit will be reinvested your main activity has social value, and most of your profit will be reinvested in the mission. That it's also very good when it comes to getting fundings. It doesn't have the benefit of the charity in terms of
No profit.
yeah, this is CIC. Yeah, charities sometimes, you know, for donations, people can do can exempt them from taxes, or some charity gets some discounts on taxes, stuff like that. So that the CIC doesn't have that. But what it does is that it also very much more. It's a lot easier to run than a charity, because charity have a very strict, you know, ticking boxes lists. The CIC doesn't, and yeah, and doing some research, it's really the most preferred one for social enterprises, especially you know, the one similar to ours. What I couldn't find out, though, was whether you can operate internationally. I tried to look around. I didn't find any information on that. But what we could do, because it's a very specific question, and I think it's easy to open it up, we can, you know, either open a discourse or just add it in the topic we have, or send it on Twitter, and just hope that someone has experience that will be able to tell us. Because obviously the conversation at Urbanistas was mainly focused on the UK. I do think that I also tried to figure out whether Impact Hub that has been mentioned at Urbanistas was actually a company limited by guarantee with a CIC. So the CIC is kind of like an extra layer. You can just have a company limited by guarantee status. That's a legal form by itself. But if you want to emphasize the fact that we have a social good, then it's good to add on top of the CLG, the company the company interest, community interest company, sorry, status. Does it make sense? Is it clear?
Yeah, it's for me it's clear. Yeah.
Cool.
So I was thinking that at least should be almost sure that we can operate in Europe, because I understand that any organization in Europe can operate in different states.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
In Europe, I think we would not have a lot of problems. Maybe what we have to discover is about outside Europe.
Yeah.
Personally, I like this form, and thinking on what we discussed on this course, I could say the main idea we had was that we need at least non-profit global organization. So
Yeah.
and at the same time, the discussion was going around how difficult should be or could be the creation of this new legal form. So if this one is really easy to create, I think we are facing maybe the right one, and I think as well that maybe in the future we can change. But to start, maybe we can use this one if we can, yeah, just be sure about our operations outside Europe. Maybe it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, the main reason for, because obviously from what I understood, it is quite easy. I mean, we will have to produce a set of articles to explain what, you know, our mission is, especially for the CIC. There is just to, it's not a set of requirements, but you do have to comply to the status of having a community purpose or a sociable purpose. But I don't think it's it's up to us. We can write a really long document, or we can just summarize it in some articles that we could pick up, for example, from the values and principles that we used already, and then some copy and pasting of applications that we've done. I don't think it's damn time consuming. What I think it's a more valuable question is, do we need the legal form? Like, have we had, like, is it limiting us at the moment not to have one? Because it is a little bit of work, and if we don't have to do it now,
I think, for my point of view, is we have this need because starting on September, we need to formalize in a way the partnership we are now developing. So, for instance, in my trip in Colombia, I was talking with some universities there, and of course they are interested in working with us, but I think we need to formalize this kind of partnership, because otherwise we can't be able to achieve actually funding. This is the point, because I was thinking that with partnerships we can also manage to have some funding, and if we delay too much the looking for funding and this formalization, maybe we could lose the momentum.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's a good idea, because we don't want to be stuck in having an opportunity and miss it because we don't have the papers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I am also talking with two interesting projects, really interested in be part of CivicWise. I can just say some word about them. You have 100 in a day, which is a sort of happening, a festival about urban actions, and is something started Chaos Pilot, which is a very interesting school based, I think, maybe in Copenhagen, and they travel around the world, and they started in Bogota this this format, which is trying to activate a city with 100 actions in a day. So now this format is also repeating in different cities, and this year, for first time, some people from Milan are organizing that in Milan, actually.
Wow, nice.
And they are really they understood that it's okay to have this good dynamic for a day, but they are interested in what happened later. So we are talking now because they found that maybe CivicWise could be the perfect community, the perfect platform that offer to these hundreds actions the opportunity to be more to
have a legacy.
To give more, to have a legacy, So this is an example, and the another one is even more formal in a way. So there is these two guys from a friend from Geneva. They are developing a sort of smart citizens app, mobile app, and they want to share and develop this project openly with CivicWise community, CivicWise platform. So if we are if we have legal identity, I think this project could be something very powerful, because we can offer something more than just which is of course very important, which is, I mean, the community working in this project is our value, but what we want to do as well is create this capacity to connect formally with the local authorities. So I guess they are not now even a company or whatever organization. So if we are a formal organization, we can offer them something that they don't have. So this is just some examples, but
Nice. Yeah.
I think in let's say that we started in March publicly, so it's just 2 months, and we have all of these interesting situations. So I guess after the summer, we could have a very interesting momentum developing important projects. And at that point, I think, yeah, should be important to be a formal organization. And I think right now our weakness is actually money. So not just because we don't have it, which is not a concern, because I'm sure we can have it, but is because we need to give a signal and a sort of trust that we are pay attention on that. And to pay attention on that, the first step is actually having a formal structure.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yes, it is.
Well, let's have a look into that. We could. I mean, I think it's really all about understanding whether we can operate. Like, what are the boundaries? What are more than what it enables us? More, what are the limitations? What can't we do in terms of operate abroad, or But in the sources I found, they were also saying that yes, charities have, they can tap in a lot of grants and stuff like that for charities and donate. They can get donations, but the company limited by guarantee actually, because it usually is usually the preferred one for social enterprises. We can actually have the status of a social enterprise, and especially in the UK, there is so much funding for social enterprises that are trying to do, to improve something. And I think that's even more interesting than the donation-based model of charities, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think another part of the discussion is actually about cooperative. So, so this is why I'm thinking that now we could have something very easy to manage, because what we need with time is a serious discussion about cooperative, because our governance itself is more similar than a cooperative than any kind of company, because the idea is that any CivicWiser could own a part of the company. So what I think is that we need now a legal form to shape the final cooperative. And I was talking with Enrique Duran, which is quite well known. Is a guy who is involved in this and is instigating this project called Cooperativa Integral de Catalunya, or another which is Fair Coop. So actually, I asked in a forum they have in this project fail co-op, and I got the answer from him, and he said actually that shaping a cooperative is not something you do in a few days. It's something that needs time. So and at the same time, as we don't have a really clear structure as CivicWise, maybe it's useful to start with something like that, this legal structure you presented, and use that to shape the final one.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So yeah, so let's just yeah, discover if we can operate abroad, and after that maybe we can post on Discourse about this decision, and let's wait. Let's see if other people are in some other options, or they have something that are not. Maybe they disagree, you know. But so far, actually, we have here Antonio. Hello, Antonio. I don't know if you can talk as well. Would be a good opportunity to introduce.
It's like the microphone.
No. So okay, Antonio, if you want, I will. Meanwhile, Martin left us. Sorry.
Yeah.
So okay, if Antonio can, otherwise maybe we can continue with the agenda. I don't know, Ursula, if you if you got your the document with the agenda.
No, I haven't.
Let me share you.
Where is it?
Yeah. So this is the agenda. Something actually Andrea prepared, but he had this problem now. So okay, we don't have here. We can see engagement protocol update, but we don't have here Fausto. We can just say that this week Fausto shared the first version of the engagement protocol. And we are quite slow with the principles, because last week we invited to propose and write down principles using scheme that Andrea proposed in Excel. So maybe we can insist again to all of the CivicWise to propose principles using this scheme. Else?
Oh, Andrea looks online.
Oh yeah, okay, good. So we have maybe Ursula, you can update about our governance Hangout.
Yes. Right. So basically, we talked about the governance, so the governance for projects, and we basically decided that we can apply the same type of governance that we had thought for circles, and so basically it's about identifying what roles we need for projects, and so far we have the carers that they are responsible for the welcoming the governance, and the, what was the third one? The what?
Sorry, I lost you.
Yeah, the carers. They're responsible for welcoming, governance, and
Communication.
can't remember the third one. Let me open it up.
Can you hear me? Communication?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's the communication.
Oh, communication. Yeah, communication. Exactly.
Communication, governance, and welcoming.
Yeah, communication, governance, and welcoming. And but the to-do list was to what was it? Sorry, I'm just like,
So Andrea is coming, so maybe
yeah, because
he could help with the updating. So yeah, we were discussing on the circles governance and which roles the carers has to do, yeah, to develop, and we also talked about the different circles we can have. So we can have local topic circles and project circles. And what else? We were talking about actually project management tool. So for that, we are also waiting a little bit about Andrea, which is now looking for the best one. And the idea is to test it in a circle, maybe the governance circle itself. And if we find right the tool, we can suggest that the rest of the community will use this tool.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. Actually, I think Andrea also in this course what we discussed. So yeah, here in governance is yeah, we took some decision about the governance hangout. So the idea is to have, we decided to have the governance hangout any Tuesday at 1 Central European time. And,
half an hour.
And yeah, something very brief, like today. I think that's an important point. We have to reduce time, meeting time. So if we can have a very quickly session, is helping. So actually today, as you realized, we started 1 hour later, and we will stop at the end in 10 minutes. Actually, the idea is to last not more than 1 hour. So, and at the same time, something important is not related with governance, but as we are talking about Hangouts and the general organization, and we talked with also with Lina that we can have on Monday another Hangout at the same time, so 1 hour at 1, sorry, at 1, no 1 hour, at 1, and half an hour talking about communication, because we realize that now is quite a lot of information, and for all of us it's quite difficult to be updated in terms of what happened in the last week and which is the most important information to to have. So the idea of this session would be that one.
Picking up on that, do we currently have a calendar where we post, like a calendar in a calendar form, where we have, you know, we can color tag communication, meeting, because now we're starting to have, so before it was just the Wednesdays hangouts, but now we will have Mondays lunchtime, the communication update, what happened the past week, Tuesdays lunchtime, the governance, Wednesdays is the hangouts. So maybe having a calendar that we can all share, just a Google calendar.
Yeah. What is important is that each hangout is from different circles. So also the idea is that if you are not part of the circle, you are not supposed to be aware of all the meetings, because could be could be a lot of information. So
yeah, that's true.
The most important meeting is this one. So each Wednesday at 9 Central European time, and the idea is exactly that. So we dedicate half an hour of this session to discuss the topic of the week, and the rest of the session we just catch up with the rest of circles. So now, for instance, we are talking about governance, about communication circles. In the future, we can have also project circles. So if you some project is going on at this point, they can share with all the community what they are doing and maybe what they need to go ahead if they have some problems. So this is the idea. Anyway, I think it's good if we can have a CivicWise calendar with Google Calendar, and we can do that. Maybe Ursula, as you proposed, you can do that, because you know we have this CivicWise Gmail. So
yes. So is it the? How does the calendar work? You have just to log in and then create a calendar, right?
Yeah.
And the login is the usual.
Yeah, the usual. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll do that. Actually, let me do it now while we talk.
So what we need now is to discuss about next session. Which topic would be the main one next week? I don't know if you have any suggestion.
What was? Did we plan anything back then?
Last week we talked about principles. So today is more governance, and we have. In terms of circles, we have methods, we have magazine, we have communication, we have tech, which about magazine tech I have some news I can share now with you. So before we decide, maybe we can share this news. Let's start with the magazine. As you know, we are shaping this web magazine. So the idea of this magazine is the objective is to create a more powerful identity on CivicWise, sharing content about civic engagement, collaborative urbanism, projects that we like, and the idea is to write. Anyone can write an article on this magazine. Should be something in between 1,000 words and 2,000 words, not more. And the idea is that these articles are not, let's say, too much enthusiastic about project. Is really something about good practices, but explaining in a wide way, talking about practices, for instance, what happened and what we can improve or what went wrong. So you know what I mean. Sometimes we have these magazines and that are talking a lot about good project, and at the end is more in a way promoting some people or some projects than really offering useful information. So the idea of this magazine is more having a good quality and good information. And we will have the magazine in different languages. So now we will start, of course, with English, but there are already people writing in other languages. By the way, yeah, yeah. So far, Spanish and maybe
French.
maybe yeah, we can have sooner or later French and Italian, and hopefully other languages. So the idea is to have the magazine is one, but for each language, we could have a different version. It's not having all the articles translated. It's more having different contents for any language. So this is the idea. So the idea was to start to have maybe to have the first version of the magazine at the end of this month, but yeah, we are a little bit late, so I guess maybe in May, before I don't know, maybe let's say the end of May. I hope I hope we can have sooner than that the first version of the magazine. So yeah, this is the information about magazine. And about tech. This is yeah, early information. Andrea is not here. We were talking with Andrea the opportunity to have a meeting maybe in Brussels to discuss the platform development and to organize maybe. So the idea is to have a first meeting in Brussels maybe in July to and having I don't know, maybe 10 people and talk about our platform. I mean the digital platform, and understand together what we want to have, and with this first mock-up promote an hackathon, which is this kind of event where a lot of people is coming to shape a first alpha version of an application or software or whatever, to have that in September. So we are at the early stage of this discussion, but yeah, just to let you know, we are thinking about that. So any suggestion is welcome.
I also have, I mean, it's half a news regarding the WeShare award. Elena from WeShare London, Tommy Giroli, she has an idea of how we could possibly participate. She just wrote me today how we could take part from here, so we don't have to be there. So she's calling me tomorrow to let me know. The question is, do we want some kind of presence there in case, or I mean, are we open for that, or is it something that it's better if we skip and save it for next year? Because we discussed, Domenico, about
yeah,
it. Oh, they sent also the feedback. I can actually forward it to you.
yeah. I really don't know. It's like a video conference or
I don't know. I
something
don't know.
like that.
I'm gonna talk to her tomorrow, so we'll see. I can obviously update you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm some doubt.
Yeah, me too a bit.
Maybe we can wait for next year actually,
Mm, yeah.
because because a huge event, and I don't know.
We'll
Mm,
see. Let's see what she has in
yeah,
mind, and maybe it's really something that we it's not harmful. So
in a
yeah.
way, what is interesting is to share, to share with them that we are actually in a very early stage. So we are, saying, just sharing with them, communicate to
Mm,
them that we are shaping this project, which is very open, and more to to be very clear and very honest that we are just shaping. So in this way, maybe it could be useful, because maybe we have people interested in join us. So
yeah,
y-
yeah, exactly. I think
that
that's a good
could be
approach.
useful. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This approach, I like this approach. Yeah.
I'm creating the calendar, and it asks me to put a country if I want to do
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Central
Because
European, and we're gonna be biased because we're gonna choose one, and then everyone is going to be thinking, "Oh, it's not mine."
no,
Um,
because what is what is
gonna put
interesting
Spain.
with this calendar actually is that you share actually the calendar with people, so people has the right time, because the Google Calendar is changing in function where you are living.
Yeah,
So the idea is actually that we create the calendar, we put there the information, but this information should be shared with all of us that want to have this calendar appearing in our own calendar. You know what I mean?
yeah,
This could be useful.
yeah. I have to change the language to English because I'm not understanding half of the. How do you do that? It's all in Spanish. I'm lost. Okay, we can have a look at it afterwards. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna create a calendar. What else do
Yeah.
we need to do just to wrap
So
up?
yeah, we have to close the session. I don't know what else. Mm, yeah, just to it's about legal form to yeah discover about abroad activity.
Yeah. So I'll
And
post on this course the question
yeah,
and on Slack maybe.
I think it's better this course, because
Okay.
all of the permanent debate and
Mm.
should
Happen
occur
there.
in happen there, because it's public and people can. I think it's
Do you want to maybe tweet about it? Just
yeah
a tweet saying, does anyone know if CLG or CIC can operate abroad, or if it's just UK. I think normal. Maybe.
Yeah, will do.
Because it's such a specific question, it's can be framed in one tweet.
So what we need now is to decide
The next topic.
Next topic.
Shall we do communication since we want to introduce the Monday session?
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, okay.
Because tech is urgent, but there isn't much to discuss yet, is there?
Yeah, let's have communication, and because it's important, because what we need as well is to because we need to organize how people could help with the blog, with newsletter, with all of these stuff, because people filling the form to be a CivicWiser offer and said that they can help with that, but we need to organize that, otherwise they can't be able to help. So yeah, I think it's good to have communication. Okay.
Cool.
So in terms of minutes, we don't have so much to share. So yeah.
Bad.
So yeah, I can do the minute.
Say it again.
I can do the minute.
For the blog.
Yeah, for the blog. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I think that's all.
That's all. Yeah. Well done. We stick to 1 hour. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's okay. Next week. Yeah, it's okay. Good. 1 hour.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Bye bye.
Bye.